Hi, my name is Jai Hira, and I'm a proud member of WeCare. I'd like to start off by thanking each of you members of the board joining me in this room today, and those that are joining us virtually for this opportunity to present our updated cyber resilience strategy. In my role as a new CISO, I'm here to seek funds of 2.7 million, an endorsement for our cyber resilience strategy, which has already gone through EXCO approvals. And lastly, but more importantly, I'm here to request each of you to acknowledge and support our decision to move beyond a security aware workforce to security influenced workforce through a culture of security embedded in our behaviors. Today, this investment we're seeking directly strengthens the trust that our members have in our business, which promises higher returns and lower fees on their lifetime of savings with us. Cybersecurity is an unfair fight. You'd ask why, and I'm going to draw parallels with boxing, which I'm clearly very passionate about. Boxing is a fair fight, as both the opponents have an equal opportunity to attack and defend. The rapid pace at which threat actors that we face today are collaborating and innovating makes it hard for our security teams to keep up. If that wasn't enough, our security teams are tasked with getting it right 100% of the times to continue to defend our business, whereas attackers only need to get it right 1% of the time to break in and deliver a knockout punch, making cybersecurity an unfair fight. However, that's just one of the many drivers influencing this change in strategy. Let's have a look at the others. At WeCare, we've had our fair share of victories and some minor bumps along the road. Our lowest low was in April 2014 when we experienced a pincer movement of change. On one end, we were grappling with the realities of Windows XP and Office 2003 approaching the end of support, and on the other end was our worst nightmare where our member accounts were compromised and our web portals suffered from Heartbleed. Events of 2014 serve as a stark reminder that the impacts of cyber attack are beyond disruption of business and financial loss, as they cause a massive setback on the brand reputation. The quotes from our CEO Phil Zongo and our COO Darren Argyle serve as a timely reminder of what does a brand really stand for and how some of the best and the most sustainable changes come from within rather than external influences. Similar to our competition, we have the same external influences, such as an increase in the frequency and sophistication of cyber attacks, regulators breathing down our necks to monitor compliance to potential requirements. However, those aren't the only drivers for us to change our strategy, as we have equally powerful internal drivers, such as operating within our risk appetite while continuing on the digital transformation journey and delivering services through socials and mobile channels to attract and retain younger members. Among many other things that Emily Evans, our CRO, has been able to drive and deliver is how she has been able to positively influence the culture of leveraging risk view to drive decisions, not just in this boardroom, but across a business. With 24.4 million member accounts and $2.9 trillion in assets, one of the largest in the world, no surprise why our super ecosystem is a highly attractive target for cybercriminals. If that in itself wasn't enough, the likelihood of super members monitoring their account activity is very low, which is another driver for the heightened cyber risk for our industry. Cognizant of the cyber risk, and in order to better align with our strategic business drivers, we engaged EY for an independent cyber capability maturity assessment. The results of this assessment were presented at the last quarterly board meeting. Since that time, we've had several reviews with internal and external stakeholders to collaborate on potential options best suited to lead us into the desired target state. As members of this group have always requested a clear risk view on the current and the desired target states, we thought it would be important to provide that in a summarized manner as you see on this slide. Further details are available in the addendum to this pack in the board and in the board paper as well. Now, what are these cyber resilience initiatives? EY recognized the presence of a lot of controls. However, they identified some gaps in the design and operational effectiveness of some very foundational processes and controls, such as patch management and vulnerability management. These identified gaps have triggered the prioritization of our first initiative, cyber hygiene, to focus on getting the basics right. Just like brushing our teeth twice a day and flossing are integral to oral hygiene, we don't necessarily talk about these things because these are a given. Building the right foundation by focusing on the basics will set us up for success. Our cyber landscape has rapidly been changing with accelerated digitization coming from our business objectives of attracting and retaining young members. Now, in order to support this rapid transformation, we need to bake security into these changes right from the start rather than bolting that on top at the end. Our second initiative, which is engineering agility, delivers just that. It enables us to continue to protect our assets while being responsive and supportive of the needs of our engineering teams to innovate. We have previously discussed how the threat landscape has been rapidly evolving, and we know for a fact that yesterday's defenses are not going to be able to protect us from today's threats. We also discussed the fact that while we're protecting our own castles and moats that surround them, cyber threat actors are collaborating and innovating at a much faster pace than we can keep up, which makes cyber attack a question of when rather than if. With that in mind, our last initiative focuses on capabilities that will help us detect, respond to, and recover from a cyber attack to continue to support our members like our family members. Let's look at the how. In the past, we've had longer term roadmaps with a set and forget mindset. However, with this updated cyber resilience strategy, we're aiming at 3 months shorter and sharper sprints of activities with the aim to constantly measure, tune, and adapt on the go. That takes us neatly to the ask from this group today. Our updated cyber resilience strategy and investment options have been developed in consultation with our internal stakeholders, our external partners such as EVA and PwC, and some of our strategic security vendors that we heavily lean on for continuing to retain the trust of our members. Our collective recommendation is for this group to endorse option C before 31st December 2021. Option D delivers a full set of security capabilities over a period of 3 years. However, when it comes to achieving our strategic objectives, both the options, option C and D, fare equally. With option C, we will deliver an optimal set of capabilities and will look at an additional investment of 2.7 million on top of the already allocated 1 million over a period of next couple of years. We strongly believe that the option we're recommending is justifiable as this investment in security significantly impacts both our revenue security and our net promoter score. With our members becoming more security savvy than ever before, this investment becomes a competitive advantage as it enhances the trust our members have in our brand. So let's quickly wrap up and close. Just the other day, when our CIO, Jan Schroeder, and I caught up over a cup of coffee, Jan shared an interesting inside joke that runs in his team on security being the brakes in the digital transformation car. I'm going to have to say that we no longer want to be just the brakes in the car. We want to be the rear view mirror that captures everything that we've gone past. We want to be the instrument panel on the car that measures not just how fast are we going, but provides a business and our CIO with a complete view of everything that they need to know. When the time comes, we want to be the airbags that cushion the blow and protects our lives, as accidents are bound to happen. Plugging it back to where we started with the boxing analogy, it isn't just about how fast or how hard you can hit. It is about how soon you can get back up on your feet after being hit. The recommended option we just discussed will deliver exactly that. Thank you.